Hi, Marshall and everyone at Thrive 15. This is Shannon Roberts at Lofty Beauty Lounge. I never do this kind of stuff, so I feel a bit awkward, but I just wanted to let you know that I have had such a tremendous response to all the ads you've created and just all the magic you worked, and things are really picking up super fast. I'm absolutely elated and so happy that I found you guys, and all your help is tremendous, and I'm blown away. I just can't wait for things to grow even further and work with you guys more, and I really appreciate everything that you've done to get me to this point thus far. So have a wonderful day. Happy holidays. Bye.
Hello, my name is Ross Clark and I'm the CEO of Basin Fleeting. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the to-do list that Clay Clark and his team uses. I shadowed him for a couple of days. And after seeing him and his team use it throughout the day, I had to try it for myself. And I came home, implemented it with me and my managers, and we've been doing it for a couple of months now, and I cannot imagine not doing it at this point. This is what mine looks like. I've tried other programs like Tony Robbins' RPM program, Objectives and Key Results, all of those things, and none of them quite stuck like this did for me. So if you're having any doubts about whether it'll work or not, I'm sure just try it for a couple of weeks and you won't regret it. Thanks.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thrive Time Show.
3, 2, 1, here we go! Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yes, and yes. It is time for another ample example of the world's best business coach, Bill Campbell. Andrew, do you know who Bill Campbell was?
Yes, I do.
Who was he? Give us a quick overview. Who was he the business coach for?
He was the business coach for Eric Schmidt, the founder of Google.
Get out of here.
He was the business coach for Facebook. He was the business coach for...
You're saying he was he was the business coach for Eric Schmidt,
Yep.
the CEO of Google. Who else?
He was Jonathan Rosenberg, Alan Eagle, and a bunch more. I can get a list.
You know what? I tell you what, Andrew, you paint me into a corner as always. You hit me up with these questions like this. I'm not prepared. Here I am trying to type in all the show notes, and then you just hit me up with all these tough questions. No, Thrive Nation, in all sincerity, Andrew was working on the show notes, and I decided to ask him
Out of nowhere.
Okay, so I put
Steve Jobs. There you go.
I put it on the show notes, and you now can read. You can read on the show notes who some of Bill Campbell's coaching clients were.
Okay, so it was Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google.
Okay.
Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google. Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google. Jeff Bezos, the co-founder of Amazon. Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple.
Okay.
Al Gore, the former vice president of the United States of America.
So this guy was working with the biggest names in the world.
Yep.
All of the world's most successful tech companies that I can think of. You have Amazon. That's the world's biggest online retailer.
Yeah.
Google, the largest search engine. Apple, the largest hardware manufacturer. All of these companies had a head of the company, a leader, somebody who was in charge of the company. And all of them had one thing in common, Andrew. And what is that thing?
Bill Campbell.
Yes. Yes. Yes and yes. All these guys shared one business coach, and his name was what?
Bill Campbell.
You know that name. Thrive Nation, know that name. And he is the subject of the new book, which, Andrew, you have in your hand. What's the title of the new book?
I do. It is called $1 Trillion Coach, the leadership playbook of Silicon Valley's Bill Campbell.
Here's a hot tip. You probably should get that book. You probably should. What's the name of the book again, Andrew, there?
$1 Trillion Coach.
Kind of a subtle tip out there with the megaphone. You might want to go out there and buy a copy of The $1 Trillion Coach by Eric Schmidt.
That book is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And Andrew, have you started reading that book yet?
I have read the book.
Oh, I have a notable quotable in the book I'd like for you to read here for the listeners out there.
Got it.
So go ahead and read the quote with a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm. Not too much enthusiasm, and not too much passion, but just enough so we can marinate on it.
This guy right here?
Yeah.
Here we go. In a coaching session with Bill, you could expect that he would listen intently, no checking his phone for text or email, no glancing at his watch or out the window while his mind wandered.
Wait a minute. When you were coaching with Bill Campbell, there was no what?
No checking his phone
Got it.
for text or email, no glancing at his watch or out the
I
window.
wonder what this means or how this applies.
It's really deep.
Andrew, I was looking out the window and I got distracted. What were you saying?
I said that Bill Campbell actually never looked at his watch or
Oh, okay.
out the window while talking to someone.
Okay, continue, please.
To let his mind wander. And he was always right there. Today it is popular to talk about being present or in the moment. We're pretty sure that those words never passed the coach's lips. Yet he was one of their great practitioners. Al Gore says he learned from Bill how important it is to pay careful attention to the person that you're dealing with. Give them your full, undivided attention, really listening carefully. Only then do you go into the issue. There's an order for it.
Sorry about that. My mind was wandering. No. In all sincerity, I think that's what most people do most of the time.
Yeah.
And as a coaching tip here for you, as an ample example of a knowledge bomb from Bill Campbell that your minds can handle, I encourage you, if you're out there today, turn your phone off when you're turning your mind on. When you're talking to somebody in your office, don't be looking at your phone. When you're on a date, quit looking at your phone. When you're in a meeting with a business coach, turn your phone off. I used to go round and round. It's you spin me right round. There it is. Yeah, you spin me right round, baby, right round
There
like
it is,
a.
yep.
There it is.
That's
I used to go. I want to know your name. How does that song go? You're not.
I mean,
if doctors are
you
here,
got
if
it. I
you
believe
want to
in
join
you.
it.
Yeah.
You spin me right
There it
round,
is.
baby, right round like a record, baby, right. Anyway, I used to go round and round with members of our team because some of them would turn on these programs called Slack. And Slack allowed members of our team to communicate instantaneously with other members of the team who are working on a project with them. And what do you think happened, Andrew? I mean, I went round and round probably 2 days in a row before I banned the use of the program. But what would happen?
Oh man, if you're instant messaging between coworkers instantaneously, like you're probably talking about what happened this weekend, what you're gonna do tonight, and what you're eating for lunch, what you did last night, what you're doing tonight, that's probably what's being talked about, not the project at hand.
So if you're out there today as an action step, I encourage you to only focus on the project that is in front of you. My friend, it is super important for you not to be distracted when you are working on something. We live in a world of perpetual distraction, but it is only those who take the right action that ever gain the traction. Think about that. We live in a world of perpetual distraction, but it is only those who take the right actions who ever gain traction. Now, Andrew, I have a fun fact buffet lined up just to demonstrate how distracted the world is right now.
Oh yeah.
And why everybody needs to take the advice of Bill Campbell, the world's best business coach, and to focus on what you're doing. And not a fact that I can prove statistically, but the first fact I want to share is, you know this, Andrew, I am the world's worst driver.
This is very true.
So please explain what it is like to drive behind me on the road.
It's usually pretty frustrating. You drive pretty slow. So you're driving really slow and typically on the curb.
How slow am I going usually? Because I'm sure you've looked at it and
Speed
thought to
limit's-
yourself, really, what are we doing here?
Yeah, speed limit's 65 on the Creek Turnpike, and you're going about 55, 50, 60, or just really.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So and what is it? Usually, I'm usually doing what or thinking about what in your mind? What do you think I'm normally just doing?
What do I think you're thinking about? Probably about something on the to-do list or calendar.
Yeah.
Thinking
Anything
through-
except for the road.
Right.
And
Or you're writing on your or on your to-do list.
And I'm trying to focus on the road, but I'm very myopic in that when I get like one thought, I immediately divert to that thought.
Right.
That's how I am.
Black or white.
And so again, I mean, I haven't hit people. I have not gotten a car accident since I was like 16 years old.
Wow.
And by the way, the car accident I got into, guess what I ran into?
A pole. Something stationary.
I ran into
coming at you.
a Brinks armored truck. I did, because I was driving and the sun was coming up a certain way.
Yep.
I couldn't see it. I couldn't see well enough, to see what was going on.
What happened?
And I went
to
up
it?
over a hill. I just ran right into this thing.
What were you driving?
A Ford Escort, 1989, dent resistant, hand painted Ford Escort.
Resistant.
Yeah, I mean, I got smashed in that thing.
Nice.
But anyway, all is well. All's well.
All's well.
Just, he was just driving, and I just didn't see it, and just bam. So, but no car accidents since that time.
That's impressive.
It's because people are afraid of the slow driving Hummer.
You have a big car, yeah.
All right, so fact number 1, again, multitasking doesn't work. Okay,
True.
It doesn't work, and I just use myself as an example. But there's so many people out there that struggle trying to do 2 things at one time. But let's get into the hard facts that are backed by science and research. All right, so hard fact number 1. This coming in a mystical statistical coming in here from the good folks at Nielsen. What is the first fun factoid?
According to the first quarter 2018 Nielsen Total Audience Report, nearly half an adult's day is dedicated to consuming this content. In fact, American adults spend over 11 hours per day listening to, watching, reading, or generally interacting with media.
All this done on the smartphone, the TV, the device, the laptop, whatever.
Yep.
It's so hard to get anything done if you're watching that much TV. Andrew, how
11
much
hours.
TV are you watching per day?
I don't watch TV. Sometimes my wife and I will watch half an hour, like one episode of something, but that's like once a week.
So if you're out there today and you're going, gosh, I don't have time to get stuff done, 1, get that TV off the schedule. Now, fun factoid number 2. Read the second fun factoid coming in hot from Psychology Today.
Here we go. These disruptions add up. Studies indicate that even brief interruptions exponentially increase our chances of making mistakes. This is because when our attention is diverted, we use up valuable cognitive resources, reorienting ourselves, leaving less mental energy for completing our work.
The point is, every time you're distracted, you have to kind of reset. And the more times that you have to reset, the more upset you begin to be. So I would just encourage you out there, you've got to turn that phone off. Bill Campbell, the world's best business coach, when he was coaching his clients, Andrew, his phone was what?
His phone was off.
Oh, my gosh. Andrew, are you liking this book, by the way?
I'm loving the book.
Have you started reading The $1 Trillion Coach?
I have, yep.
How many pages are you into the book? Did you just read the cover and say, I'm done?
I read the whole thing yesterday.
No way.
I did.
How long did it take you?
It took me 6 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm mad at you.
I did it while in the car driving Oklahoma City. No, I was not driving.
Oh, I was going to say right there. Wow, that's impressive.
I was not driving.
I
no.
do have a family member, the true story, that showed up at our house.
Yeah.
And they get out of the car and they're like, oh my gosh, this book was great. And I'm going, what do you mean? They go, so I was driving from Minnesota and I read this book. And I'm like, you read a fiction 300-page thriller book while driving? They said, yes.
That's incredible.
That's that right there makes you want to smoke your way to thin. All right, so fun factoid number. Andrew, do you know what I mean when I say makes you want to smoke your way to thin? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Educate me.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
It's a line from the movie Airplane, where every time the air traffic controller, whatever, the airport head guy, every time a stressful situation happens, he regrets giving up one of his vices. All right.
Nice.
So fun factoid number 3 coming in hot. Andrew, bring it.
All right. So if you're like the average person, you'll spend more than 5 years of your life, on social media. 5 years and 4 months to be exact. That breaks down to nearly 2 hours or 116 minutes a day spent on YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter.
Well, I can say I spend about 116 minutes a year on social media.
There you go.
I seriously, I don't ever go on there.
Yeah, it's
I
a trap.
can't. Someone says, "Well, you post things." I see. Well, no, that's a little different game there. That's a decision to post certain things at certain times, but that's not me up there interacting because my brain would explode. By the way, as an example, there was somebody in the office today that told me, did you hear about what the mayor of New York is doing right now?
I did not.
John, I know you're not mic'd up over there, but you hear about the mayor of New York? No, the mayor. Okay, then this is a true story. The mayor of New York has decided, in his infinite wisdom, that what he'd like to do is he would like to make New York City more green by banning inefficient steel and glass skyscrapers. Now, if he gets his way, he's proposing. Try to cue it up here.
AT&T.
Oh, come on! Don't cue a commercial. No, we're trying to get to this is on Fox right now. Fox News. You cue it up here. The Green New Deal. All right. He talks about how New York City is a big source of emissions, and he's putting clear and strong mandates where he wants to, by the year 2030. He wants to make all of the buildings 30% more efficient. So he wants to reduce their emissions by 30% by 2030. Now, here's what's crazy. John, I'll give you the megaphone here, man. You get to guess. If they put out the Green New Deal, you get to guess here. How much money do you think it will cost the average American family to implement the Green New Deal? Now, the Green New Deal would ban cars. It would ban most air travel.
That's a little.
And it would make America essentially have a carbon neutral footprint. Okay, how much do you think it would cost the average American household to implement the Green New Deal, John? Do you have a number? $10,000. John says $10,000 now, right here. I'll tell you what, the number $10,000.
$10,000 is not quite high enough. Andrew, what's your guess?
If that's not quite high enough, about $25,000.
No.
Oh.
Guys, it's $600,000 per American family by the year 2030, a $93 trillion expense. And this is to make the world more environmentally friendly. Now, this is to reverse global warming, which is still debatable that it actually has happened because we've seen the Earth get cooler and warmer throughout history.
Yep.
The point is, I do not spend my day thinking about that. I almost get upset when people tell me. I'm like, don't tell me. Yeah. I don't care. But it's just I'm getting coffee and someone's like, did you hear about the new deal up there in New York? I mean, no. But I mean, you could spend your whole day up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you just got to focus on what you can control. Andrew, what's the next fun fact?
Fun fact number 4. In June 2016, another study reported that the typical smartphone owner interacts with his or her phone on average of 85 times per day.
I would say for me it's about 8.5 times per day.
There you go.
And I get mad when I have to use that thing. I hate that thing. I hate when it's like, hey, I called you, you called me. Could you send me a text? Could we reschedule? Is there any way? Could you tweet me? Could you ping me? Could you send me an email? Could we reach you? I just want to set an appointment and set it and forget it. But man, you can waste a whole day chasing people around playing that phone tag game. You're keeping your phone on at night just in case you get the call.
Or a text.
Unbelievable. Now, what is the next fun factoid, Andrew?
Fact number 5. Research conclusively shows that your memory, mental capacity, and your overall ability to process data improves dramatically when a smartphone is out of your sight.
Does that seem shocking to you in any capacity, Andrew? Does that seem shocking?
It's not shocking. It's a strange concept that just the sight of a smartphone can distract someone to the point of being inefficient.
Dude, does having a smartphone near you make you mad when you're out on a date or when you're having fun with friends or you're doing something not work related? Does it make you crazy just having that phone there, knowing that you might get a call from anybody, or do you not mind?
I typically try to leave it at home or in the car when it's date night. I just leave it so that way it's not a distraction.
Okay, but okay. Now I'm just saying, for me, it makes me nuts because I know that it could be good or bad news. Could be just a call away. Right. But okay, Andrew, what is the next fun fact?
Fact number 6. Research shows that when you have a smartphone that is visible in a social setting, it dramatically decreases the quality of the interaction, which creates more bogus and superficial social interactions.
When you end up talking to people who are on their smartphones, can we kind of do a role play of how how that conversation typically goes, Andrew?
Yeah.
So Andrew, hey,
You okay?
how are you?
I'm doing great.
And then I'm down here texting.
Okay.
Great, man. So how's the weekend?
It's going good. How's your weekend?
Yeah.
What?
That's what happens all the time.
Right.
It's called monkey brain. People, their brains it sounds like they're mildly retarded. It sounds like they're not able to process what you're saying because they don't know what you're saying. And then they say,
you know what they say? See a broad to get that booty yak 'em, leg her down or smack 'em, yak 'em.
it's unbelievable. Next time you go out to eat, next time you go to a local bar, listen to the kinds of conversations people are having.
Or not having at all.
Have you gone to a restaurant and just seen people text back and forth the whole time?
Yeah.
What the crap is going on? Hey, quick! Can we take a photo real quick? I want to get a photo with my husband real quick. Can we get a photo with my girlfriend real quick? Hey, let's get a photo together. Mr. Waiter, can you hold the camera? Oh, you can't. Okay, let me do a selfie. Oh, look, I'll post a picture of myself, and now my picture, it's on the internet, and I'll add my green eyes, make it more green, smooth out my skin a little bit, and then hold the camera. You gotta hold the camera up.
The MySpace, yeah.
You gotta hold the camera up because that way you look better with the chin angle.
Got it, yeah.
You know, you don't want to get the double chin going. You get the double. So you get the selfie angle, you post it, and then poof, and you write something like LOL, best friends forever, you know, and then you post, and then someone will immediately tag you, like, or they'll heart it, or they'll like it, or they'll share it, and then you just, what are you doing? We got to stay focused. Was Bill Campbell taking selfies with people?
Bill Campbell was never on his phone whenever he was talking to anybody.
Okay, Andrew, what's the next fun fact?
Fun fact number 7 says studies show that studies now prove that you will sleep less well when you have a smartphone that is left next to you while you are sleeping.
No way.
Studies show.
Come on, are you kidding me? And Andrew, we're putting links to all these. Andrew, where did we get that fun factoid from?
That one is from businessinsider.com.
Okay, we're putting links to all this on today's show notes. Andrew, get into the next fun factoid.
Since the proliferation of the smartphone, the Center of Disease Control shows that life expectancy is down as more Americans die younger due to suicide and drug overdose.
Wow.
It's positive.
John brought it up today. John was saying, hey, we got all these debates about laws for gun control. But I'll tell you one thing that's killing a lot of people. It's suicide. I mean, think about how many people are killing themselves. Andrew, let me click on the link real quick here. Hopefully we don't get any automatic commercials that start playing. I can't stand that. I'm trying to get my show notes here. But right now, check this out. In America, there were 2.8 million U.S. deaths in 2017, or nearly 70,000 more than the previous year. It was the most deaths in a single year since the government began counting. Well, that makes sense because we have, more and more people being born.
Right.
But here's what's crazy. Check this out. The suicide death rate last year was the highest it's been in more than 50 years, according to the U.S. government records. Now, there were more than, John is not mic'd up, but he gets to guess on here. So I want to take the number of deaths last year, okay, due to gun violence, all right? So I want you, Andrew, to think about the number of people last year that died as a result of gun violence, okay? And John, I want you to think about the number of people that died last year as a result of suicides. All right, so Andrew, let's go with gun violence. All right, so how many people do you think last year died from gun violence in these great United States?
Gun violence, 50,000.
50,000? That's a very negative. It's just a negative number.
Thank you.
So again, repeat your guess.
50,000.
50,000 what?
Humans that were affected by gun violence.
So you think 50,000?
Yep.
That's your guess. Okay, John, what's your guess for the number of deaths last year related to actual suicide? If you had to guess a number. 44,000. 44,000. Now here are the hard, both very, very negative. I'll tell you the guess I had. Last year, I believe that the total number of deaths due to gun violence stood at 1. And I also would guess that the number of deaths from suicide would be 0. No, I'm wrong. Okay, here it is, guys. The number of people last year that died from gun violence was 39,773. However, the number of people that died as a result of killing themselves was 47,000. John, maybe we should have laws for guns. I mean, it seems like the smartphone is more dangerous than a gun. More dangerous than a gun. Unbelievable. Now, that's not to say that every single suicide was caused as a result of a smartphone. People aren't there on the Facebook going, look at it. Somebody wrote something bad about me. I should off myself. I mean, I don't see that every day, but that's a lot of suicide, man.
Yeah.
And the studies are showing there's a connection between the amount of time you spend on a smartphone and your amount of depression. Andrew, move on to our next. We have a lot of just fun facts.
These are fun.
Fun facts.
All right, so fun fact number 9. People who use a smartphone nonstop have been shown to have more chronic hand, neck, and back issues. In fact, anxiety, depression, disrupted sleep, diminished attention span, antisocial behavior, decreased empathy are all attributed to today's average smartphone use.
What were all the parts of the body that can be affected and cause pain as a result of using the phone too much?
Chronic hand, neck, back.
We don't need your hand, your neck, or your back.
Nah.
Your hand, your neck, no. Right? I mean, those are just small areas of the body.
Replace those.
Those are parts of the body. Okay, Andrew, what is the next fun factoid?
Next time you go out to a restaurant and look at the lack of interaction and eye contact being had by couples who are out to eat, it turns out that the person you are on a date with will not like going out with you if you spend more time on your smartphone than you spend paying attention to them.
Now, where do we pick up that fun factoid? Where can we learn more about this particular story?
That also is coming from BusinessInsider.com.
Okay, let's go to fun factoid number 11.
Oh, man. Parents who choose to attempt to parent their children while also using their smartphones are not fully present.
Get out of here.
Which over time has been shown to create long-term emotional issues with their children.
Can I tell you a not good story?
Go ahead. Yeah.
My son played hockey years ago. Playing hockey,
Yep.
skating. This is my hockey sounds. On the ice, just, oh, don't you know, Sven. Light the lamp, the whole thing, hockey, okay? Check him against the boards. He's 8 years old. Don't say. Check him against the boards. Let the boys fight. I mean, anyway, I had 3 things that happened that year in hockey that I thought were pretty amazing.
Yeah.
One was a parent was so irate during an 8th grade hockey game that the parent went onto the ice to settle his grievances.
Oh, no.
With the referee. That's a true story. That's pretty funny to me.
Did it get physical out of that?
It was like a guy who goes on the ice and starts making threats. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Second thing I saw that was pretty amazing during the hockey season. These are like the peaks for me.
The highlights.
I found out you can't fight during sanctioned high school hockey.
Okay.
But during the competitive league, you can fight.
Oh, okay.
So, like, let's say that the players got into a fight off of the ice.
Right.
That would be a misdemeanor, and they would go to jail for fighting.
Got it.
But if it's on the ice, they can throw as many haymakers as they want.
It's all good.
But you can think about that.
That's crazy.
Go to like a high school basketball game. I mean, what kind of suspension would somebody be facing if they hauled off and punched somebody?
Right.
But yeah, in high school hockey, you can just go after it.
Yeah.
And the third thing that just blew my mind is a dad was letting his son use his iPad. I'm just sitting there watching him use the iPad, and the kid's like 13, 14.
Right.
And he's just looking at like naked women everywhere.
Wow.
And I'm going, no. But I was more concerned that the father didn't care than I was that the kid was on it.
Right.
Now, what happens, Andrew, if you have a kid and you let your kid hang out with the kind of, kid whose dad lets him look at whatever he wants to on that thing?
Your kid's going to become like how that child is. They're going to start becoming like the people they hang around.
Did you growing up, did you ever have a friend's dad who was a real sick freak?
A friend's dad. Not that well, maybe, yeah.
I've never shared this story before, but I got a good one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A friend of mine growing up, he invites me to his house. Mm-hmm. And we get to his house, and I've never been to his house. I'm like probably 16, 17. And his dad is watching a straight-up adult movie while we're sitting there talking. So he's watching, and it's not like a clever adult movie with like a plot.
Right.
It's just people getting it on. And I'm sitting there talking.
What is happening?
And he's watching, and I'm just like, because I feel like sick, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I never seen that kind of thing. I'm like, oh, God, oh, just, yeah. So he's just watching it, and he just having a beer and just watching. I'm just like.
This is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So he's like, so Clay, are you going to prom this year? And I'm like, yeah, Mr. Whatever. Yeah, I'm going to prom, Yeah. He's like, well, we have a hot tub down there, don't you know, for the ladies. And I'm like, what?
What does that mean?
So we go into my friend's room, and his dad bought him a box of condoms as his 16th birthday present.
That's impressive.
Isn't that incredible?
That's incredible.
Then that's the kind of crap that's out there.
Yep.
When you're on social media, back in the day, the only way I could see that kind of crap was to go to his house. So you know what I did, Andrew, after I discovered the cesspool of moral depravity?
You never went back to his house.
Right. But now, what? People post that crap. They send you messages. They text you.
You can't get
Andrew,
away.
how often do you get emails about Viagra? Maybe once a year, once a month? How often do you get a message like, oh, do you want Viagra?
I don't think I ever have.
What about the forms for Elephant in the Room or our companies? Have you ever seen those come through?
The ad forms. Yeah, there'll be different businesses or companies that will
You are
scan
lying
those.
to the Thrive Nation. You check. You see the leads that come in for our
I
clients.
see them, yep.
How often do you see ads or salacious
Spam.
advertisement spam ads for Viagra coming through?
All the time.
All
Happens
the time.
Every day.
Now, what happens if you are someone who gets the email and you're trying to hit delete right and you actually click the link? What happens now?
Bad spot. You're probably going to get a virus or something crazy.
Yeah. It's the world we live in. Get off that smartphone, baby. Andrew, what's the next fun factoid?
Since social media was created, many people now cannot help from comparing themselves to the people that they are that they see earning likes and shares on social media.
So people really equate being liked and friended and shared as being successful.
It's value to them.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Because people see other people earning and gaining success through likes and shares, and they think they can do it.
I almost feel like the most intelligent things don't get shared on social media.
It's true.
Because they require thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Andrew, what is the next fun factoid as we talk about Bill Campbell? Now, Bill Campbell, the business coach of choice. I want everybody to make sure we're getting this. Bill Campbell was the business coach of choice for Eric Schmidt, the CEO of Google, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the co-founders of Google, Jeff Bezos, the co-founder of Apple, and Andrew, he wasn't on a phone when what? He wasn't texting when what? He wasn't what?
He was never on a phone when he was talking to anybody. He was 100% present talking to you when he was talking to you.
In the book, $1 Trillion Coach, it reads right here. In a coaching session with Bill, you could expect that he would listen intently. No checking his phone for texts or email. No glancing at his watch or out the window with his mind wandering. He was always right there. Today, it is popular to think about being present or in the moment. We're pretty sure that those words never passed the coach's lips, yet he was one of the great practitioners. Al Gore, Vice President Al Gore, inventor of the internet, Al Gore, says he learned from Bill how important it is to pay careful attention to the person you are dealing with. Give your full attention, your undivided attention, really listening carefully. Only then do you go into the issue. There's an order to it. Andrew, what is the next fun factoid for the Thrive Nation, my friend?
Smartphones allow people to experience near insatiable fear of missing out, regardless of, or FOMO, fear of missing out.
FOMO.
Regardless of how great what you are actually doing may be. Smartphones dramatically increase your ability to retain what you are reading if you choose to do your reading while on a smartphone. The more you choose to use a smartphone, the more likely you are to experience depression.
You know who I've known who like the amateur guests are on this show and
How's
the
that?
real guests? We've had in the past years ago.
Right.
We'll have we had certain people to be on the show, and they'd come on the show as a guest. Maybe they were advertiser or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd be on like their smartphone, and you could like ask them a question, and I have to go back and edit it out, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, hey, what's your take on this? And they're like, what?
You hear the Facebook pop.
Yeah, and it's like they're not the owner of the company. They're like the underling who works for the owner of the company, and they have to do an obligatory appearance.
Yeah.
The people who just can't be undistracted. It's Unbelievable. Now, Andrew, what is fun factoid number 14? We have one more to go.
Smartphone usage puts you at higher risk for cyberbullying.
Have you ever been cyberbullied, Andrew?
Not that I know of.
Really?
I probably have been somewhere on the internet that I don't visit.
I get
or look at.
cyberbullied a lot.
Yeah.
You see it.
I see it.
Why?
It's true. It's because you're successful, and successful people are going to be, they're going to be quote unquote bullied. They're going to be hated. They're going to be people are going to throw rocks at you because you had success.
People say bad things about me, Andrew.
That's true.
They say bad things.
Yep.
Now, what if I spent my whole day going on Reddit and reading what people say about me?
Then that's what your whole day would consist of.
What if I spent my whole day reading iTunes reviews?
Again, that's what your whole day would consist of, and you wouldn't do anything.
Last night I went on iTunes, and I was looking for approval, and I got bad reviews. You can't be like that.
Nope.
You can't. You got to be off that smartphone, baby.
It's true.
Check this out. Very, very smart people made the smartphone, and those very, very smart people use the smartphone a lot less than you. You can
if even at all.
You can choose to use the smartphone as a tool,
Yep.
or the smartphone can make you a tool. Andrew, what's fun factoid number 15, my friend?
Number 15 says, kids who spend more time on screens tend to be significantly less happy than kids who engage in non-screen related activities like playing sports or engaging with tangible printed materials or spending time socializing with real people in real life.
Now, Andrew, what I'm going to do is I'd like for you to pass this megaphone to John real quick.
Got it.
So I can ask him some questions since he's unmiked on today's show. He's over there. He's cleaning up the show notes, making sure today's show is ready to air. As we're listening, he's judging, he's pontificating. John, are you megaphone mic'd up there?
I am.
Okay, that's great. So I'm going to ask John the following questions, 22 questions. And John, I'm looking for a yes or a no for each of these questions. And Thrive Nation, I want you to answer the question yourself, because this is very important as we're talking about ample examples that our human mind can handle of the world's best business coach, Bill Campbell. Ample examples that the world can handle from the world's best business coach, Bill Campbell. All right, here we go. So this is the $1 trillion coach, all right? So, John, first question. Should you have your smartphone on while driving?
No.
Okay, no, that's a no. John says no. I ask you, Mr. Listener, is it a no? Is it a yes?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Okay, so John says no. So I'm going to give that the no. That's a negative. That's a non-point for the smartphone team. All right, John, should you have your smartphone on while having sex?
No, unless you're listening to Kenny G.
Unless you're listening to Kenny G, the answer is
Pro
no.
tips.
So that's a no and a yes. So it's like if you're listening to Kenny G, if what you're doing is you're going, hey, baby, my smartphone is on, but only for marital bliss. That's the only time you should have your smartphone. Okay. Principle number, by the way, that wasn't me talking. That was an audio clip of John.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So now, question number 3. Should you be using your smartphone while attending a funeral?
No.
That's so harsh. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want to use it there? I don't get how
Like
that
at a
could
concert, just holding it up.
be. John, why would you not want to use a smartphone while at a funeral?
Because you need to be at the funeral.
Have you seen people ever use, Andrew, a smartphone at a funeral before?
I have on Facebook.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Okay. Now, moving on. Question number 4. Should you have your smartphone on while talking to your love interest at a restaurant, John?
No.
No, and yet no. Smartphone's not getting a lot of points here. Should basketball players be checking their smartphone while actually sitting on the bench while playing in a National Basketball Association game, John?
No.
He says no. All right, question number 6. Should you be interacting with your smartphone while attending an office meeting, John?
No.
Should you be using your smartphone while taking a deuce in the restroom, John?
Negative.
Negative. See, that is negative.
No, you guys, listen here. You could be doing some Photoshop while taking a deuce.
Whoa.
You could be doing some video conference calls. You guys are pretty harsh with your rules here. All right. Should you be utilizing your smartphone while standing up to pee while using the restroom?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got a yes.
So
Productivity, efficiency.
John's saying that you should, while standing up and holding your
Smartphone.
smartphone,
Yeah.
Is that what you're calling it? All right.
Whoa.
All right. Question number 9. Should you have your smartphone on and filming the concert while attending the concert? No. Oh, again. So negative. All right, here we go. Should you be using your smartphone while attending your church service, John? No. All right. Next question. Should you be using your smartphone while watching a movie at the movie theater, John? No. John, the last time you went to a movie theater, was somebody using their smartphone? Yes, it's a yes.
It's a yes.
That's a 1 point for Team Jackass. All right,
There
Team
it is.
Jackass using the smartphone while in the movie. Great job, America. Okay, now should you be using your smartphone while attending a birthday party, John? That's debatable. No. Oh, okay. And you got a little feedback there. That's how you know it's a megaphone.
Getting
That's the real deal.
feedback.
Okay, this is a crazy one. This is a stat from the Huffington Post article. Apparently, the United Kingdom decided to put on, John, you know how you can check the websites that are being visited by a particular server or whatever, you know? I guess the United Kingdom decided to put on some type of massive firewall to see what websites people are on while serving in Parliament. And they found that a massive amount of adult content was being watched by the workers and the elected officials in Parliament. So my question for you is, should you be using your smartphone to access adult content while serving in the United Kingdom's Parliament?
Well, it's a hard job, but no.
It's a hard job, but no. Okay. Question number 14. Should you be using your smartphone while walking down the street, John? No. All right. Should you be using your smartphone while at a family dinner for Thanksgiving or any other holiday, John? No. All right. Should you be using your smartphone while attending an educational class?
Only if you're trying to book tickets to the Thrive Time Show workshop.
Oh, there it is. It's one. That's okay. I love this too. I love people who say, the texting is awesome because it allows you to respond to people when you're in a meeting where you shouldn't normally be on the phone.
What?
I hear that a lot.
That's
though.
great, yeah.
Great idea.
Great, yeah.
Okay.
What a
I get
move.
it. Allows you to be a half-ass.
There you go.
Oh, the smartphone. Such a great idea. Okay. Now, should you be using your smartphone while somebody is speaking directly to you, John? No. Should you be using your smartphone to watch various TV programs while working out, John? No. Although it is funny to watch people try.
Yeah.
I watched a guy at a gym about a year ago step right off of the treadmill and fall as he was trying to watch a movie on a super small screen. I'm not sure that's the best move. Should you use your smartphone while driving your car to watch movies, John? No. Should you be using your smartphone while doing work at your job? Should you be using your smartphone while watching your kids perform at their activity of choice? Gymnastics, swimming, cheerleading, basketball, ballet, football, baseball, hockey. John? No. Final question. This one hits home pretty hard for me here because I saw it happen. Should someone be using their smartphone while watching Jerry Seinfeld perform live? Well, those are 22 scenarios where I have seen people using their smartphones, and I think to myself, what's going on here? But I'm telling you, that smartphone, man, it will make you dumb. So if you're out there and you want to be distracted, if you want to get to a place in your life where you're chronically controlled by distraction, if you want to get to a place where you never take action because you live in a world of perpetual distraction, then keep on using that smartphone. But if you want to get stuff done, if you want to be a person of action and a person of traction, put that smartphone down because that is an ample example that you can handle of the world's best business coach, Bill Campbell. And now, without any further ado, are you ready, Andrew?
I am so ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Well, folks, we talk a lot about on the Thrive Time Show. We talk a lot on the Thrive Time Show about how to grow a company. Well, and as you're growing a business, you have offense and defense. Offense is marketing, branding, sales, lead generation, search engine optimization, all these sorts of growth-related activities. And then defense is accounting. It's legal. It's making sure that you're looking at your numbers. And on today's show, I believe that today's guest has the ability to save every single listener at least $3,000 a year, provided that you have an actual business. So without any further ado, Tyler, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Clay. How are you this morning?
Well, brother, I'm fired up to have you on the show. And we use you for our credit card processing because A, you do a great job. And B, we save a lot of money by doing it. For the listeners out there that are not as familiar with you and your brand, can you tell us what's the name of your company and what are the services that you guys provide?
Yeah, name of the company is Integrated Payment Services. And the services that we provide are really any means that you can think of as accepting credit card or even ACH as a form of payment.
So let's kind of fire through maybe the top 5 questions that people usually have with you. If they go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit card, I feel like there's a couple listeners every week that, you talk to listeners of ours who reach out to you. And you probably know at this point, you've been doing this for a long, long time, what those most commonly asked questions are. What are the frequently asked questions that you get asked time and time again from wonderful listeners?
Yeah. Why would we use a company like yourself? That's usually the, number one. How can you save me money? Usually when we provide a comparison, that's the first question they ask is, why are you able to lower my rates to what you're showing me when I've been processing credit cards, for years and I've never seen this type of savings? For us, it's just that we look for a long-term relationship like we have with yourself. I know we came in with you years ago. We showed you an astronomical amount of savings. You were like, hey, how are we going to do this? And, our goal then is what we told you at that time is we want to price you as aggressive as possible. We want to have a really long relationship with you. And we have, and we've kept you where we said you were going to be. I went back and looked at the comparison and you're right where we said you were going to be, 7-8 years ago when we started doing business together. You're right where we said you were going to be here, all these years later. No changes, no movement.
And again, it's a thing where my wife and I, this is not a fictitious story. This is real. My wife and I yesterday were just talking about expenses because the way that my wife and I look at our businesses is every month we try to look at our expenses and ask ourselves, is there anything that we can cut by 3% or so on a monthly basis? What can we do on a monthly basis to reduce our expenses by 3%? And over the years, we found printing companies that we hire to do our printers, our scanners, our technology in the office. And we compared rates. And you don't look at just rates, but we compared rates and services. And we found a very nice printing company that we use in Tulsa, a man by the name of Bud Teja. We've used Bud for years and years, over a decade. We've used Bud. And the same thing with credit cards with you. We shopped around, we compared, we looked at all the different options. And once we found you, we decided to stick with you because it works. I think a lot of people, though, haven't looked at what they're paying for credit card fees. I think most people that I know who are in business tell me they haven't compared credit card rates in maybe a decade or longer. Do you find that to be true? Or how often are people out there, how often are business owners that are reaching out to you telling you that they have not compared rates in a long time?
Yeah, it's the norm. We talk to people and, for a lot of businesses, Clay, they get set up and they're, maybe they're a new business and then they reach this growth and they don't really think about the credit card processing. That was just something that they set up right in the beginning. And so then, you think years later, now their business has grown and they're rocking and rolling and maybe they're doing a ton of business, but they haven't really gone back and looked at, hey, when we initially set this up, we were a new business and we might want to look at this again. And so a lot of those businesses, we come in, we review, they haven't looked at it 8, 9, 10 years. Guy last week, he had a small business. Now he's got a huge business. We went in, we looked at it. We're going to save him about $1,700 a month. Well, for him, he was kind of, sticker shock, right? He looked at it and was like, oh, what have I done? But he didn't know. He didn't know that was something that he should have looked at because he had just kind of grown and grown and grown. And as his business grew, it wasn't something that was in the forefront of his mind.
So how do you explain to our listeners what your role is in this process? Because, I've got a great relationship with you. I'm happy to work with you. But can you tell our listeners, if they go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, are you the guy that contacts them? Or does one of your reps contact them? What's your involvement there, Tyler?
We have reps, but I personally handle everything for you and your listeners. So it'll be me reaching out to them directly. I'll have maybe a 5-minute conversation with them, tell them what we can do. We'll provide a comparison back to show them the savings. And then if they want to move forward, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes. It's a very quick process.
Okay, and again, folks, the call to action today, the call to action would be this. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card and you want to compare rates, all you got to do is just fill out the form. You fill out the form, Tyler and his team will give you a call. I have found on average, people are telling me it takes about 10 minutes to have that conversation or less. They come back, they compare rates. I'm finding that our listeners who own an actual business, so our listeners that own a business are telling me that they're able to save over $3,000 per year. In your case, you just said you had somebody who could save, let's say $1,700 a month. I mean, there's some people that I know.
Savings.
I know people that reached out to you that have said that you've saved them over $2,000 a month, which is $24,000 a year. I hear that story all the time. So if you own a business today, folks, my call to action is go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, compare rates. I promise you're going to have a great experience. Tyler, thank you so much for your time today, and I'll give you the final word. What is it that you want to say to our listeners out there that probably haven't compared rates in a long time?
Yeah, give us a call and give us a chance. I promise you will not regret it.
Hey, thank you, Tyler, so much, brother. Have a great day.
Hey, you too, my friend. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Gentlemen, let me introduce you to the grill gun.
Hi, I'm Bob Healy. I'm the inventor of the grill gun and the sous vide gun.
Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Also, this is the first Thrive Time Show event that we've had where we're going to have a man who has built $100 million net worth.
Wow.
Who'll be presenting. Now, we've had a couple presenters that have had $1 billion net worth in some like real estate sort of things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had a guy who's built a service business, and he's built over $100 million net worth in the service business. It's the yacht driving, multi-state living guru of franchising. Peter Taunton will be in the house. This is the founder of Snap Fitness, the guy behind 9 Round Boxing. He's going to be here in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. JT, why should everybody want to hear what Peter Taunton has to say?
Oh, because he's incredible. He's just a fountain of knowledge. He is awesome. He has inspired me listening to him talk. And not only that, he also has, he practices what he teaches. So he's a real teacher. He's not a fake teacher like business school teachers. So you got to come learn from him.
And now the best-selling author of The Carnivore Diet and the multiple-time Joe Rogan guest, Dr. Sean Baker, joins our 2-day interactive business growth and life optimization workshop. Also, let me tell you this, folks. I don't want to get this wrong because if I get it wrong, someone's going to say, you screwed that up, buddy. So Michael Levine, this is Michael Levine. He's going to be coming. You say, who's Michael Levine? I don't want to get this wrong. This is the PR consultant of choice for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, for Charlton Heston, for Nancy Kerrigan, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestselling authors he's represented, including pretty much everybody you know who's been a super celebrity. This is Michael Levine, a good friend of mine. He's going to come and talk to you about personal branding and the mindset needed to be super successful. The lineup will continue to grow. We have hit Christian recording artist Colton Dixon in the house. Now, people say, Colton Dixon's in the house? Yes, Colton Dixon's in the house. So if you like top 40 Christian music, Colton Dixon's going to be in the house performing. The lineup will continue to grow each and every day. We're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup. But I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company. Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, when's it going to be? June 27th and 28th. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. And so it says Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrive Time Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. So when? June 27th and 28th. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
James, did I tell you my good friend John Lee Dumas is also joining us at the in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? That Tim Tebow and that Michael Levine will be at. Have I told you this?
You have not told me that.
Oh, he's coming all the way from Puerto Rico. This is John Lee Dumas, the host of the chart-topping EOFire.com podcast. He's absolutely a living legend. This guy started a podcast after wrapping up his service in the United States military, and he started recording this podcast daily in his home, to the point where he started interviewing big-time folks like Gary Vaynerchuk, like Tony Robbins, and he just kept interviewing bigger and bigger names, putting out shows day after day. And now he is the legendary host of the EO Fire podcast, and he's traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the in-person June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop. If you're out there today, folks, you've ever wanted to grow a podcast, a broadcast, you want to improve your marketing, if you've ever wanted to improve your marketing, your branding, if you've ever wanted to increase your sales, you want to come to the 2-day interactive June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show business workshop featuring Tim Tebow, Michael Levine, John Lee Dumas, and countless big-time super successful entrepreneurs. It's going to be life-changing. Get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. James, what website is that?
thrivetimeshow.com.
James, one more time with more enthusiasm.
thrivetimeshow.com.
Everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York. Acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say. Whoa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done his show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hour. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
First of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV. And he said, have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? And I said, no. And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed to the business owner to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, I read your book, changed my life. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York. Acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say. Whoa.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business, and I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I'm not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years in business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of the business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence. That businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things. There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else can do it for you.
I can see the marketing working, and it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun, it's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So if you don't, somebody else will.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. we're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing. I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college. The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow our business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business, as well as recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business, how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Clay really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.
Hey, Flyover family, come join us June the 27th and 28th, 2024 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to be there with Clay Clark and an amazing group of individuals that have made such a difference in so many people's lives.
Do you want to increase your production in a job? Do you want to make more sales? Do you want to own your own business? Do you want to have breakthroughs financially? The key to that is knowledge.
Clay Clark is anointed to help people in business. We've watched him over the last couple of years and we've been blown away. He's part owner of over 160 businesses, $2.4 billion in sales.
So before politics and the Great Reset came into Clay's life, he had the #1 rated Apple podcast. And he interviewed people like Anthony Robbins, Seth Godin, the top authors, the top business minds in the world. At this specific event, there was an interesting cast of characters that come from gangs to American Idol.
Some of the guests that are going to be there: Michael Levine, Colton Dixon, Peter Taunton, John Lee Dumas, Mondo de la Viga,
and Tim Tebow. They're there to share what they've done and their breakthroughs and what their story is. And then Clay lays his map of business success, calls the path for every person to follow.
So you may be sitting there thinking, okay, I get it. What do I have to do? Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you get there, the tickets are $250 or whatever you can afford. Yes, you got that right. $250 or whatever you can afford. You can name your price. So there are no excuses. You have to join us there. There are only a few VIP tickets left, like David said, special dinner and special time with the speakers. That is $500 while they last. So $500, only a few left if you want a VIP ticket. We want to meet these speakers as well, so we got VIP tickets.
I want to meet Tim Tebow.
I do too. The date is June the 27th and 28th, 2024 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Go to thrivetimeshow.com to get your tickets.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrive Time Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got a fire breather, and man, people are so excited as they come in. The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Hansis with Sean Holmes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Lindy Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Now, Michael Levine, writer of many, many PR books, the man who represented people like Michael Jackson, Barbara Streisand, and George Bush. He's speaking to the people here at our conference, talking about branding. One of the greatest branding experts alive today is here at our conference, talking to entrepreneurs. We just wrapped up day one. It was incredible. We had some remarkable speakers. Michael Levine. We just finished with a lady named Jill Donovan, who owns a company called Rustic Cuff, talking about the power of the Dream 100. I cannot wait to see what tomorrow holds. Hey guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrive Time Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me. People are so excited to be here for day 2. It is going to be incredible. Cannot wait to see what today has in store. Right now, here at the conference, we've broken into groups going over search engine optimization. And I know for most of us, myself included, if you hear that term, you go, what is that? What does that mean? That's too techie for me. Well, our experts are breaking it down for people so that you can clearly understand how to come up top in Google. It's doable. It's possible. Now we're in the middle of a break, and what we like to do is we like to give you as much tangible and relevant information from about the start of the hour for 45 minutes. Then we take approximately a 15-minute break to allow people to connect with other entrepreneurs around them, bathroom breaks, and also use this time to just really digest all of the good information that you're receiving the whole time. Right behind me, we've got Bob with his grill gun, melting an ice sculpture. It is awesome. The ice sculpture represents our life, right? It's here for a time, but we all need to have the sense of urgency to implement the things that we're learning so that we can make the most of the time that we have. We are outside. You can see a line behind me. What's going on is that we partner with different companies to help them implement the proven systems over and over and over again. And one of those companies is Master Machine. And so what we like to do is partner with these companies to also help them give samples to other people as they come to the conference and truly get their name out. I just wanted to recap some of the amazing things that have happened today. We've had entrepreneurs like Paul Hood with Hood CPAs. We've had Jill Donovan and Michael Levine come up and just impart so much wisdom and knowledge. We've got an incredible giveaway for one of our TVs. Hey there, Thrive Nation. One of the things that we love most about our business conferences is that we want every entrepreneur to leave with their questions answered. So what we do is we let them put the questions up on the board here so that they can ask their specific questions, and Clay will not end the conference until every question is answered. behind this, Clay Collardi is answering all the different questions that entrepreneurs have brought to the conference. Whenever someone comes here and starts to hear this information, especially for the first time, it just brings about so much anticipation of wanting to actually implement the proven systems and processes. And so Clay always wants to make sure that he answers all of their questions so that they're the most set up for success to be able to go home and start implementing. If you have any questions, email us at info@thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Wes Carter. I'm one of the shareholders at Winters & King. My favorite thing that Thrive has helped me accomplish here in our firm is thinking a little bit outside the box. They do SEO, they do printing, they help us with a lot of things from the day-to-day marketing for the firm, but they also help us think of things that as attorneys we probably wouldn't normally think of that help us market our services to our clients. One of the things I love about working with Thrive is that they make it enjoyable to actually do work with them. It's not dry, it's usually fun, but it's always very enjoyable and practical. They give me things and ideas that I can put into place. It's not just some theoretical spiel that they give me. We get practical steps that we work on together to do my job better. So me personally, I would easily recommend Thrive 15 services to my friends, my families. I recommend them to my clients. I think they do a good job. They're passionate. They care about their clients. And I think it's actually a valuable service they provide to people that are in the business world.
My name is Jeff Thomas. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. It's all about getting to the grindstone. It is about putting it's one thing to have a specific vision or a dream, but knowledge without application isn't knowledge at all. That's nothing. Really funny. The atmosphere is very lively. Everybody that is working for Clay is very upbeat and not tired, not sluggish, not complaining, not whining. They don't have anything to do with those types of characteristics. It's all about getting to the grind and having fun while you do it. I haven't actually been to any conferences in the past, but what I will say from what I've seen on YouTube and what from other friends have told me is this isn't like a motivational kind of thing to just, hoo-hoo, rah-rah, get you motivated, but it's like practical steps that if you do take them, which most people aren't willing to do, then you will grow and you'll achieve the specific things that you want. Well, for one thing, I would say that this isn't necessarily for everyone. So if you're not willing to work, this isn't for you. But I will say that if you are willing to work and you're just getting started, but you have actually taken a step in that direction, then this will actually help you grow further exponentially than you could ever imagine.
My name is Taylor Hall. I'm the general manager of the Tulsa Oilers professional hockey team. Our goal every night here at the BOK Center is to try to fill the seats with lots of people and create an exciting environment so when somebody comes to a game, they want to come back. Working with Clay and the staff at Thrive, they've really helped us in many, many ways. Website and graphic design and video production and a lot of things that go along. And a lot of businesses, including ours, doesn't have a staff or a full-time videographer or graphic designer. But the biggest thing that we noticed was the needle mover. More sales, more attendance, more successes in business. We had a record year last season working with Clay for the first time. Our average attendance is higher than it's ever been. So there was a lot of really cool things that we did, and they worked. That's the nice thing about working with Clay and the team over there. It's just not one person, you get the entire team. If you need video design and editing and production, they've got that. If you need graphic design, if you need some coaching, your salespeople and call scripts, PR, they offer all that. Clay was instrumental in helping guiding us and getting us on the right track so that we could really raise the bar and become ultra successful. So it's been an amazing experience for us.
My name is Caitlin. I own a tumbling gym called Justice Tumbling Company in Tulsa. Working with Clay is so helpful, just being diligent with everything and making sure we execute our goals and just really make things happen. It's fun, it's high, it really gets you energized and going,
hard into my business. I'm actually a client of Thrive 15, and I learn so much from what I'm learning at this conference and from my regular weekly attendance that it's helping me establish the business and get it off the ground. Clay's presentation style is just blatant disregard for what anybody wants. He just has fun. It's him. Everything that you see is authentically Clay. It's a great deal of fun. Everybody enjoys it. They know when they walk in, they think they're coming into a carnival, and frankly they are. It's just great fun. There's not another conference like it. You just don't go to a carnival atmosphere and learn like you do here at a Thrive conference. It's great. The reason people should attend at least one of these conferences is because it's common sense. And everybody's fed an entire line about the way you should run a business, but until you actually experience running a business, which is candidly what you learn here, how to run a business, you don't know what you're doing.
My name is Tyler Hastings, and this is my wife, Rachel, and our company is Delricht Research out of New Orleans. During our time working with Thrive, we've had numerous successes. When we first started, we were working with one physician. We had one research site, and we were seeing on average, between 10 and 15 patients a week. Since working with Thrive in the last 18 months, we now have 4 research sites. We work with over 5 physicians, and on average, we're now seeing over 60 patients per week. Recently, we've been the top enroller worldwide in 7 studies, which is just incredible considering where we were 2 years ago, 18 months ago.
Thrive really differs from the other conferences that we've been to and the other kind of programs that we've been through because they actually really practice what they preach, and they implement the same systems and the processes that they teach you about, and they give you real life examples that have really worked for them and show you with the training how to implement that yourself. For example, Tyler and I actually got the opportunity to come out to Tulsa, and we're fortunate enough that the Thrive team took us out to some of the businesses that they own, and we really got to see in real life, real time, some of the systems and processes, and it was just incredible. A real life example of some of the businesses and the things that they're implementing.
Having a coach is important to us. They act as not only an accountability factor, but they're someone we can talk to on a daily basis as we go through the problems of running a business that inevitably come up. They always understand what we're going through, and they're always there to help us or guide us through the problems that we experience. The best part of our experience working with Thrive has just been seeing our relationship grow. So at each step as our business grows, they have something else to provide us with. They've got the resources, whether it be marketing, graphic design, website development, or even into accounting practices. Maybe we need a new insurance policy. They have someone they can connect us with, or they have the direct resource we need to speak with for any of the problems we face. If someone's thinking about signing up for the coaching program, I would highly recommend that they call in for a free 30-minute coaching session and see exactly what the team can do for you. Just speak with someone, let them know what you're going through, and I think you'll find that, regardless of what you need, there's someone there that can help you.
Clay's presentation style is very real and raw. Like, it just gets real down to the bone of it and the real purpose of it. There's no, fluffy vagueness about it, So, he really gets to the point. I'm always reminded about how important it is to be intentional and to really pay attention to how you schedule your time and really honor it. Because whatever gets scheduled gets done. That's what he said from Lee Cockrell. So, just constantly hearing that and getting reminded helps me to reinforce that into my own life. It always helps to get an outside perspective, and especially from a guy that's grown so many multi-million-dollar businesses. It doesn't hurt. So.
My name is Nick Guajardo. I heard about the Thrive Time Show workshop through Andy Matherin. He is my Andy Matherin and Larry Montgomery. They're my bosses at Restore Home Health. So I work with a home health company called Restore Home Health, and my role is pretty much to bring in business. So I was hoping to learn kind of the sales process on top of just kind of the responsibilities and help understand what it looks like on the SEO side and just kind of an all around what it looks like to own a business, because that's something I want to do in the future for sure. How I would describe the atmosphere here at Thrive is high energy, great professionalism, great people. It's a place you definitely want to visit and be at. Clay's delivery style, humorous, professional, hilarious. Just he does it. I haven't seen someone do it better. So he does a great job. Most valuable thing I've learned so far, a lot of it has been extremely valuable. But one thing that was really stuck out to me is learning the SEO stuff. I mean, that is, I think, things you don't really even think about, and then you hear it, and you think you know it, but you don't know it. So I feel like that was the most valuable. Well, they're missing out on just what come down to just basic applications to be a business owner. I mean, I feel like it's like an absolute necessity, to come here and learn the ins and outs, and maybe come here once and twice if they take good notes, that kind of thing. Why? It's the experience here and what you can learn, like absolutely.
So marketing and SEO seemed like something that would be very scary, but then in the way that Clay and his team described it, it became very clear and concise and something that's very accessible to any business owner. I've learned a lot about marketing at this conference and a lot about business management and HR, really everything, the key components of anybody's business. They're going to give you the best tools to be successful in it. So most workshops or conferences can be really boring, really one note, or they just seem so theatrical that it's a joke and it's not even giving you the tools that you need or that you came there for. But here it's still high energy, it's still fun, everything's to the point, but it's very professional, and you're missing out on easy steps to use in your business that are very accessible and very clear.
My name is Abigail McCarter. The best thing I've learned so far is definitely like organization, schedule-wise, always keeping a to-do list, keeping your calendar organized. I'm kind of all over the place, so that's always good to know. So Clay's presentation style and the atmosphere is electric. It's so energetic, it's so fun. Clay's hilarious, but also knows a ton, so it's just really great all around. This conference is much different than any other conference I've gone to, again, because it's fun. Like a lot of other conferences, it's like really quiet, really cold, and you're just kind of get bored. But this one, you're like always engaged, you're always learning something, and the staff is amazing. They're always super helpful, so it's just been really great.
My name's Clint Howard. We're a personal training and fitness training facility. Oh wow, I'm learning a ton. Like this morning so far has been search engine optimization. So really just the importance of being at the top of Google, how Google works and why it's so important to go out and get video reviews and testimonials and getting Google reviews. And so all those things we can take back and really apply that like immediately. So it's really cool to see not only how to do it, but really the relevance and importance of it for your long-term strategy of your business. Now, it's amazing. Actually, on the way in this morning and yesterday, I was videoing as I was walking in the front entrance. And actually I go to a lot of seminars. I go to a lot of conferences, masterminds. I've been doing that since I was like 22 years old, so gosh, almost 20 years now. And this is by far the most entertaining. Not only the content's amazing, but Clay and you guys do a great job of mixing in edutainment, entertainment where it's fun, it's fresh, it's lively. You never get bored. And I heard a study one time that the reason that children learn so much quicker is because it's fun, learning is fun. And so obviously Clay has nailed that, where it's very fun to be here and keeps you awake, keeps you energized. So I'm having a blast. Yeah, I think any business owner or someone that wants to own a business or considering starting a business should definitely come. I know that I was referred here by friends of mine and clients of mine, and I've referred other people. Again, just to understand what it takes to make a business successful, to have a good time, obviously, again, like I was just saying, have fun, and network. There's a lot of other people here you can learn from, and there's a lot of breaks you can talk to other people. So I think this is a must-attend for anybody that owns a business or that wants to start a business.
My name's Jamie Fagel. I'm with Jameson Fine Cabinetry. I heard about the conference through Andrew. He's the coach that I deal with here at the Thrive. The most valuable piece I found, even working with Andrew, but it's been solidified when it came here, was you got to actually do the things that they're telling you. With no action, you're not going to get anything from it. I would highly recommend this to almost anybody in business today. I have recommended it to some of my other business partners. It's phenomenal. It's really something that if you want to start a business, the old way of doing things is gone. This is what you got to do. It's the only way it'll work.
Hey, this is Charles and Amber Cola. We're the owners of Cola Fitness.
The way we're able to do that is working with Clay for the last 3 years. He has really readjusted our thinking and taught us that our business is here to serve us. And by doing that, we're able to live the lifestyle we want and take off on a random vacation last minute. So we had totally planned on being at the conference. So wish we could be there and meet all of you. We know you're having a great time. So
yes, Clay in the last 3 years has helped us build all the necessary systems, checklists, workflows, task lists, time blocks, audits that are always running, and the right capable lieutenants to keep track of all that so that you too can get time freedom and financial freedom. And that's what we have done, and Clay has helped us do. We've got multiple companies in multiple states, and they're all doing very well, getting ready to go 2 more locations in this next year. And Cola Fitness has a really big future. We're teaming up with a couple other groups, and we should scale the company here shortly. Hopefully we'll open like 50 locations in the next 10 years. So, but yeah, we're on the way. We're gonna probably more than double our company, maybe triple our company in the next 8 to 9 months. And it's just awesome. God is working in our business, and we're making Jesus and changing lives. We're a strong Christian company that focuses on making Jesus famous and changing lives in the fitness field. And this is Charles and Amber Cola. Thank you, Thrive. Hit your action items. We love you guys. We wish we were there. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
My name is Jennifer Johnson. I'm in the pest control industry and also weed control and fertilization, and my business is Platinum Pest and Lawn. Some of the things that I'll be able to apply a lot of the things that I've learned in our business because this is not my first conference, and so a lot of the things that we learned we've put into place, and now we're doing the next level of refining the processes or just the different concepts, and so it's getting better and better. Things that were just big processes before, we have the foundation laid, and now we're able to make it better and better, and I'm hearing different things now that we've implemented things, and so we can just make it even better implementing it into our own business. Clay's presentation and the atmosphere is very exciting and fun. It keeps you awake. It makes it interesting. You have a lot of information, but if it's not going to be entertaining, your brain is going to tune it out. But Clay makes it just entertaining enough that you retain what you learn. Lots of rhyming and catchy things so that you remember stuff.
What makes
Something that makes this conference different than other workshops or conferences that I've been to is that there's a lot of people here in my same situation. Most of us are pretty small businesses wanting to improve, and we want real life information and something that will work and that's attainable, and not just some crazy magic formula, but actual action items that we can implement in our business and actually see a difference. Everyone should attend a Thrive Time Business Conference, whether you're a business owner or not. If you're a business owner, it has practical applications that you can apply to so many different parts of your business, and then you need to come back for more so that you can keep doing more of the wonderful things that you learn. But secondly, I am also a mom of 3 kids, and a lot of the concepts can actually be applied to home, like getting routines and getting setting systems at home has just seriously made a huge difference in my life at home. So I've been able to improve our business, but I've also been able to improve things at home, and so that's why everyone should come, no matter what your station is in life.
Yeah, my name is Nolan Q. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. The industry that I'm in is financial services. I've learned a ton so far, but what I can best apply from this conference is the opportunity, that hunger to go out there and make a big difference in my industry. Clay's presentation style is amazing. He's got an endless amount of energy. It's contagious, and yeah, by being here, I really do want to go back and be able to face all the adversity that the industry has. Yeah, this conference, the thing that makes it different is it's special because it has a unique set of individuals that all share that same energy. I think he pegs it as dragon energy, but yeah, that's everyone should come to multiple, but their first would be very special. Yeah, you're welcome with a lot of enthusiasm. That'll last for a long time.
My name is Gabriella Cruz. Our business is ECS Electric. My husband's the owner, but I'm involved with that, and so we're an electrical company. Well, here at the conference, they talk a lot about consistency, and so just staying consistent with different things in the business, and I feel like applying that to our business model will really help us grow. The atmosphere is very positive, uplifting, and then it's very fun and energetic, and so it gets you pumped and it gets you excited, and it encourages you to do big things. Probably how real they are. They tell you up front what you need to do and what's like a no-go, and some conferences they kind of sugarcoat things, so I like how real they are here. I think it'll definitely, if you want your business to grow, I think this would be a great experience, and then not only that, it'll encourage you and inform you on so many things you don't think about on a daily basis.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Play is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely, it's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought process of Clay Clark or Dr. Zellner or any of the other coaches, getting in the thought process of how they're starting all these businesses, to me, just that is priceless. That's money. Well, we're definitely not getting upsold here. My wife and I have attended conferences where where it was great information and then they upsold us like half the conference, and I don't want to bang my head into a wall, and she's banging her head into the chair in front of her. It's good information, but we're oh my gosh, I want to strangle you. Shut up and go with the presentation that we paid for. And that's not here. There's no upsells or anything, so that's awesome. I hate that. It makes me angry. So glad that's not happening. So the cost of this conference is quite a bit cheaper than business college. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business. And I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I am not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. I would definitely recommend that people would check out the Thrive 15 conference. The information that you're going to get is just very, very beneficial, and the mindset that you're going to get, that you're going to leave with, is just absolutely worth the price of a little bit of money and a few days worth of your time.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van. and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But He was, anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing. And I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you. And there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.